Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Count here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. And today we're going to be talking about the Community Day for December 2021. Niantic released all of the details for this particular Community Day, and you absolutely do not want to miss out on it. It is going to be a 2-day Community Day, and it's going to be very similar to the December Community Days of the past, with a little bit of a twist, and I'm going to be talking about all of that in today's video. So yeah, let's roll the intro and jump right into it. Okay, so just like the previous December Community Days in the past, we're going to be seeing a recap Community Day featuring all of the Community Day Pokemon that we saw in the year of 2021. It's going to be broken down into 2 parts, with the first day being the first half of the Community Days of this year, and the second day featuring the latter half of all of the Community Days. It's going to be really exciting. There's definitely a lot of Pokemon to collect, and if you missed out on a couple of shinies this year, then this is a great opportunity for you to get those Pokemon. December Community Day is going to be happening on the weekend of December 18 and December 19, right before Christmas, and each day it's going to be happening from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. just like every other Community Day. Here are the bonuses that are going to be featured during this event. During the Community Day hours, you're going to see 3-hour incenses and lures. This has been pretty commonplace for every single Community Day. You're also going to be seeing half hatch distance, 2 times catch experience, and 2 times catch Stardust. It's basically all of the Community Day bonuses all wrapped into one. You're also going to be able to get 25% reduced Stardust cost for trades and 1 extra special trade per day from Friday 1 p.m. local time till Sunday 11:59 p.m. This is pretty big because throughout the duration of the Community Day weekend, you will be able to do more special trades. This will allow you to pick up some really nice shinies if you are holding on to a couple of lucky trades. This is something you should definitely take advantage of during this weekend. Okay, so with all of those bonuses out of the way, let's now talk about the Pokemon spawns. For the first day on December 18, you're going to see an increase of Machop, Roselia, Swablu, Gible, Snivy, and Fletchling in the wild. These are of course all of the Community Day Pokemon from the first half of this year, and there's definitely a couple of notable ones in this batch. You have of course Fletchling, which evolves into Talonflame. It is an absolute beast in the Ultra League, so you will definitely want to farm up those XL candies, and hopefully you'll pick up a 100% of Fletchling, because a fully maxed out 100% IV Talonflame is just under the 2500 CP cap, which makes it one of the best Pokemon to have for the Ultra League. There is a lot of great PvP Pokemon in this batch. Of course, Snivy evolves into Serperior, which is a very unique pick for the Great League. And then of course you have Machop, which evolves into Machamp, and Machamp is of course an Ultra League as well as potentially a Great League staple. This is definitely one that a lot of players roll with, especially in the Ultra Premier League, so you do not want to miss out on this one. Although I know a lot of players say that Payback is not a really great move for the Ultra League, considering that Rock Throw and Cross Chop are the absolute staple moves for Machamp. But regardless, you're going to see a lot of Machops in the wild, so you do not want to miss out on collecting those candies and XL candies so that your Machamp is ready to go for the Ultra Premier League. And then of course you can also pick up Swablu, which is a really nice and always a staple Pokemon for the Go Battle League. It is a very powerful Pokemon in the Great League once you evolve it into Altaria. This is another one you do not want to miss out on this day. But probably the absolute big highlight of the first day is of course going to be Gible. This was the one Community Day that a lot of players were waiting for ever since Gible was first released, and yes, if you do not have a shiny Gible at this point, that is definitely one you will want to target for this first day. Next, let's move on to the second day, which is going to feature all the Pokemon from the second half of 2021. This includes Eevee, Duskull, Shinx, Tepig, and Oshawott. Of course, out of all of these, Eevee is going to be the one that a lot of players should go after. Even though it is a repeat shiny from a previous community day, I really do think that Eevee is the most valuable one out of all of these. Sure, the case could be made for Luxray as well as Dusknoir, but I honestly think that the evolutions are always something that you would need, especially when it comes to the exclusive moves that you can get. Now, I've mentioned this before in previous videos, but when it comes to the evolutions, Umbreon is the one that you will want to target. So I highly suggest you pre-walk a couple of Eevees, especially ones with great PvP IVs, so that once it gets to this community day, you could evolve it into Umbreon and pick up a really nice PvP move. Now, if you're going to be hatching Pokemon throughout this weekend, then do know that there's going to be a whole bunch of previous Community Day Pokemon in 2km eggs. You're going to see all of the Pokemon from last year's Community Day hatching from these eggs, and I'm assuming that you will be able to get their exclusive moves once you evolve them. But a couple of these hatches that are noteworthy include Charmander, Abra, Ghastly, Magikarp, and Rhyhorn. All of these Pokemon evolve into really powerful raid attackers or PvP Pokemon, so you will definitely want to pick up a couple of these. Since there is a half hatch distance bonus going on during the community day hours, you will definitely want to collect as many 2km eggs as possible and make sure you save up a whole bunch of incubators for this event. And finally, there's going to be a community day bundle that's going to be in the Poke Shop, and by far this is going to be the absolute best one of the entire year. You're going to get both an elite fast TM as well as an elite charge TM, as well as 6 star pieces. So the value of this box is going to be tremendous. You do not want to miss out on it. Now that we got all of the details of this Community Day weekend out of the way, let's actually go over all of the exclusive moves that you could potentially get, because there's definitely a couple that do stand out. This is of course a recap, and I'm also going to be including the Pokemon from last year that you could potentially get from egg hatches, because a couple of those, like I mentioned, are going to be extremely valuable, so it's something you should still target even if they are not going to be spawning in the wild. First and foremost, there is Charizard with Dragon Breath. It is a very powerful Pokemon in both the Great League and Ultra League. This is one you will not want to miss out on, especially if you can unlock that second charge move and use an elite charge TM. You can get a Charizard with both Dragon Breath and Blast Burn. That is going to be an extremely useful Charizard. Then there is Beedrill with Drill Run. That is a very powerful Pokemon in the Great League. And then there's Alakazam with the fighting type move Counter. And then of course Machamp with Payback, although I did already talk about that previously. And then if you evolve a Ghastly into a Haunter and then evolve that Haunter into a Gengar, you can get a Gengar with Shadow Punch. That is the Community Day move for Gengar back when it was a Community Day. And then of course if you evolve a Magikarp into Gyarados, you'll be able to get Aqua Tail on that Gyarados. Now let's go over all of the evolutions. If you evolve an Eevee and get a Vaporeon, it will know the move Scald. If you evolve it into Jolteon, it will have Zap Cannon, which is super powerful. If you evolve it into Flareon, it will have the fighting type move Superpower, which is always very interesting considering that there really isn't too much synergy with that. Maybe if you're going up against a rock type, but other than that, Flareon has never really been a very powerful Pokemon for the Go Battle League or even in raid battles, so I don't necessarily know if it's worth going after that, but let's move along. You can get an Espeon with Shadow Ball, kind of making it a miniature Mewtwo. And then of course there's Umbreon, which will learn the move Psychic when you evolve into it. That gives it a lot of type coverage in PvP, so that is one you will definitely not want to miss out on. And then when it comes to the other evolutions, there is Leafeon with Bullet Seed, which is really good. There's Glaceon with Water Pulse, which could give it a lot of different type coverage. And then of course there is Sylveon with Payback, which is a very powerful psychic type move. Now let's talk about all of the other Pokemon. There is Shiftry, which you can learn Bullet Seed, which is a very powerful move. And then if you evolve a Swablu into Altaria, it will learn the fairy type move Moonblast. If you evolve into an Empoleon, it will learn the move Hydro Cannon. That is of course because it is a water starter. And then if you evolve into Luxray, you'll be able to get the psychic type move Psychic Fangs. If you evolve a Roselia into Roserade, you can actually pick up 2 exclusive moves, and they are Bullet Seed and Weather Ball. If you evolve a Gible into Garchomp, it will learn the powerful ground type move Earth Power. that actually made it one of the best, if not the absolute best, ground type attacker in the game, so that's something you should keep in mind. And if you evolve a Rhydon into a Rhyperior, it will learn the move Rock Wrecker, another very powerful move and one that gives it a lot of type coverage in PvP. That's something you do not want to miss out on. If you evolve into an Electivire, it will learn the move Flamethrower, and then of course Magmortar with Thunderbolt. And then if you have a Porygon and evolve it into Porygon Z, it will have the move Tri-Attack, which I have yet to see Tri-Attack ever come into relevance in PvP. I know there was a lot of buzz behind it when this community day happened last year, but it's been almost 2 years and I have yet to see a Porygon Z with Tri-Attack. But still, that is going to be one that's going to be available, so that's something you should keep in mind. And then of course there's Dusknoir from this year's community day, and it can have the move Shadow Ball, making it one of the best ghost type attackers, just behind Gengar. And then there is Serperior with Frenzy Plant, of course because it's a grass type starter. And then if you evolve a Tepig into Emboar, it could have Blast Burn. Once again, it's because it's a fire type starter Pokemon. And then of course there is Samurott with Hydro Cannon, and then finally there is Talonflame with Incinerate. So yeah, there you have it. These are all of the community day moves that you could potentially get this community day, so you do not want to miss out on any of them. If you are lacking in any of these, I highly suggest you have some really good IV ones ready to go, and then once we get to this community day, then start evolving those Pokemon for those exclusive moves. Once again, it is going to be a 2-part community day, and it's going to be lasting for both days on Sunday and Saturday, so you do want to plan ahead and make sure you target the specific Pokemon that you need on each of these days. But I would love to know your thoughts down below. What do you think about this December community day? Are you really hyped up for it? Is there a particular Pokemon that you're looking for? Make sure you say so in the comment section below. And yeah, if you ended up enjoying this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if it's your first time here, and I am Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.